Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Fortunate Creations. I'm Kim, and this is a channel where we talk about everything to do with crafting. So from amigurumi to weaving and everything in between. If you like crafting, stick around. I think you're going to like it here. This morning is another episode of Coffee with Kim. And we get together every morning just to kind of share a cup of coffee, relax a little bit, talk some crafting. Sometimes it's crochet, sometimes it's yarn, sometimes it's just a bunch of friends hanging out and having a cup of coffee. But today, I would like to talk about things that stop me from trying to be creative. Mainly technology and computer stuff. So I did a tutorial. You're probably sick of seeing these, but I did a tutorial and it is quite literally taking me 3 days to upload it. For some reason, it'll get all the way done and then it'll say video failed to render. I don't even know what that means, but I know it means my video didn't get up there. That much I know. And then yesterday morning, I tried to do a quick Coffee with Kim before I left for work. And for some reason there was no audio. So that happened. So right now I keep looking over here because I'm actively uploading that tutorial right now. It says there's 47 minutes left. We're going to see what happens. So let's chat a little bit about a follow-up of the tutorial once you see it, because I wanted to test my theory. Oh, that's good coffee. I'm so happy I have my coffee back. Southern Pecan. Anyway, so I wanted to try to make, let me back up a little bit. The yarn I use in the tutorial is no longer available that I can find. I even looked on eBay and I couldn't find it. So I said in my tutorial that any type of cotton would work. So someone that I'm making a set for said they wanted red. So I took a cotton yarn, and yes, my tail is not tucked in, so why don't I just do that while you guys are here? And I didn't put a handle on it yet because I'm not quite sure. I'm just not quite sure I'm happy with the finished product. So I'm not sure I want to put any more time and effort into it if I don't like the finished product. So tuck that tail. There we go. It would make a really nice little hot plate. Okay. But with this yarn, I don't think I like the thickness as a scrubby. It's too thick. So while I think it would make a really nice coaster or a hot plate, put your dishes on it, your hot dishes on it, I think that'd be great. But I don't think, and this is sugar and cream, 100% cotton from Yarnspirations, and it's just, I mean, it's nice, and I might make a bigger one for another like pot holder or whatever, but I don't like the double. It's too thick and it's not scrubby enough. So that's one. So I'm proving my theories incorrect. I did go on to like Michaels.com, excuse me, and I did go on to Joann's.com and I think even Hobby Lobby looking for a similar yarn to the one I used. And I found scrubby yarn. That's not what I'm looking for. So the hunt continues for that. So in the meantime, I have another set of yarn that says Scrubology, scrub it, perfect for kitchen towels. which absolutely. Now I got stuff going on everywhere. I unraveled it a little bit. We'll just ravel it back up. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to try it with this. First things first, this is a little bit thicker of a yarn. So the doubling it is not necessary. Okay. Here is a finished one. Okay, and I would definitely love this. You can see the texture of the double half doubles, and that looks, I like it. Okay, so I would definitely use this in the kitchen, but you're going to notice it's a single. It's not folded over. So in the tutorial, if you use this yarn, you only need to do one. You don't need to fold it over. And you don't need the row of the scrubbies because the whole thing is a scrubby. You can use the same count. Yeah, actually I used, this is a 10. Your base row, your initial chain was 10. You can use the 20 or 25, but it gives you a bigger scrubby. So you could use this as the small one, which is the chain of 10. And then you could do the 20 for a bigger one. So I really do think these look like little Crocs, don't they? Like little, see how the spout is right here and the handle is right there? Huh, that's cute. So anyway, this does work. This is great. So I'm making another one because you can't just make one to prove a theory. You have to make two. So it's consistent. I do like these. This is going in my camper. I'm going to take the orange ones, keep them here at home, and put these in my camper. Yeah, and they're cute. So I'm going to make a few of these. I'll make a little longer one, or I actually might use just the scrubby for the smaller ones. And then I'll go with a matching purple, what do I got here? Purple cotton. I have one up there, and I also have this. It's a softer cotton. And I'll do this for the actual kitchen towel because you don't really need a scrubby on a towel. So it'll be a nice little purple set. One's a solid color, one's double color. So I will make this as the towel. So there you go, as a follow-up to the tutorial that you haven't seen yet. Sorry, because it is still uploading, downloading. It's still loading. So, oh, technology, I can't. So that's that. I'm trying to move my plants around. I still haven't planted anything in here yet. What do you think? I'm going to take one of the spider plants and just put it right in the middle. Let's see. Why don't we do that together? Why not? You want to do some planting? All right, let's set this down so I'm not doing it one-handed. And let me see. I don't want one that's super big, but I want one, see how the roots are on there? So I want one with a lot of established roots. So let's take, there we go. What do you think? So I'll take this one and you're going to put this right here in the middle. Oh yeah. Yeah. I like this. Okay. This little guy's got a new home. Sorry, I had to set it on my lap for a minute. Ta-da! There he is. So he has graduated from the nursery into his own little planter. So we will put him, I'm going to give him some water in a little bit, set him up here. Can I? I can't. I was going to turn the camera around and show you guys. I literally have like bunk beds, only it's bunk plants going up. They start here and they go all the way over to there. So, but I like them. And you know what? It's good oxygen. So, speaking of being creative, I'm also creating a logo for one of my friends. They're going to do like a lemonade brand, possibly a truck for the fairs. So they want me to create the logo for the side of the truck. So so I did get a little bit. Here's one of the examples. So it's getting there. You know, I'm playing with it. I started using the Chat GPT that I've been talking about. And then I took some of the ideas from that. I imported it into my Cricut program. Yeah, Cricut. And I worked on it a bit there. And then I actually took it into PowerPoint and Paint Shop and I did it there. So that's kind of fun. It's nice when you see somebody on, on Facebook, they put out a post, hey, can anybody help with da da da? And I'm like, yep, I got you. I can do it. So it's pretty cool. So I'm working on that. Today is kind of a day. I know I worked one day and I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm all out of sorts. But that video from yesterday, seriously, I got up at 4:30 in the morning and I'm like, I'm going to record this quick. I had to talk close but quiet because he was still sleeping next door and I didn't want to wake him up. And it just, for some reason, I don't know where the sound went. I don't know if it was turned down on the actual iPad itself. I just don't know. So anyway, hopefully I'm not talking all this time for you to be reading my lips again. Oh, it's funny. So those of you with kids or grandkids in school, in high school, can we talk about how long they have to get from class to class? I mean, if it's on the same floor and it's only a few doors down, that's fine. But what if they gotta have a potty break, or what if they need to fill their water bottle, or what if, and they don't want to do the potty break or water bottle in the middle of class because then they're interrupting, so they just don't have time. It's 3 minutes. I don't know. It might be enough for younger people. I certainly didn't have time. I mean, I made it to each class before the second bell rang, which is really funny to say. But I had to go from like room 118, then I had to go to 209. So I had to go upstairs and down 3 hallways. And then the next period I had to go down to 108. And then, so it was like, it's crazy. It was fun. And you know what? Good exercise. It got me moving. By the end of the day, my hip was like, hey, what are we doing with all these stairs? What are you thinking? But I can't wait to go back. That was fun. And bringing my crochet was, I'm so proud of that I thought to do that. What I do is, since I've been working since I was 14, I learned to make an everything bag. So in the everything bag is everything I might need throughout the day that won't fit in my purse. So it's an extra chapstick, or maybe deodorant, or hair ties, or crochet survival pack. So I was really, and I did pack myself a lunch yesterday. I was glad I did that too. So I always keep whatever I think I might, and an extra charger for my phone. One of those portable ones that you just plug the phone into. And a couple of the things I was glad I had, because one, the hair tie, I usually keep one right here. Excuse me, sorry, but this girl, she was so cute. I think, 8th grade science class I was in. And she talked over to her one friend at another table, and she's like, "Do you have a hair tie?" And I just happened to look at her, and I held up my wrist. And I took it off, and she's like, "Oh my gosh, thank you so much." It was cute. So I was glad I had an extra one. The same with my charger. I was in social studies, learning about the pyramids, which I did learn a couple things. That's pretty cool. But anyway, we were learning about the pyramids and how they were built. And some kid needed a charger, which blows my mind. They need chargers for their phones in the middle of class, and the teachers are like, "Oh, sure, go get it." Well, the kid went to his locker to get his charger, and he couldn't find it. So I happened to have that portable charger and a cord, and I offered it to him, and he was like, "Wow, how do you have that?" And I said, "Well, when you get to my age, you learn to come prepared." So, it was fun. They did a few things about Black History Month. That was interesting to watch the kids' take on it. So he said, the teacher said, they were talking about, I can't remember the performer, but they were talking about an African-American performer. And he asked the kids, "Is there a performer you can think of that's African-American that you like a song?" And they were so funny. One kid said Oprah Winfrey. And then he's like, "The one that sings, 'I want to dance with somebody.'" And all the kids are like, "That's Whitney Houston." It was just, they're so fun. Those kids were 6th grade. It was awesome. It was really, and they were talking about, Black History Month. So they're talking about equality and stuff like that. And the teacher's asking, are there times when any of you feel like you're being disrespected or not treated equal? And some of their answers. One kid is like, "I get picked on for my eye color." Everybody's like, "What?" And another one is like, "I get picked on because I'm too short." But you know what? It's justified, because if they feel like they're being picked on, that was a forum for them to get it out, And the teacher was great. He's like, "Well, if it's really a concern, make sure you talk to your parents." Or he says, "Talk to me after class if you want." So it was funny, because the first class I was in, you could tell it was the teacher that all the kids think are cool. Okay. They just called him by his last name. They didn't say Mr. They just called him by his last name. And the kids would just stop in between class, just poke their head in, say hi to him or whatever. And you could just tell he resonated with the kids. It was awesome. It was fun, because I was actually sitting there and I was looking at some of the kids and associating them with my friends when I was that age. I'm like, "Oh yeah, she reminds me of Michelle." And "Oh yeah, that's definitely Kathy." And "Oh man, she's just like me." And it was neat to see that. It's kind of cool. Anyway, I can't wait for him to call me back, although I'm glad they didn't call me today, because my hip is killing me. So I need a break. Oh, that's funny. And they did say that if I get there enough, there could be a chance for me to just be in the one classroom and just be, with the one teacher all the time. So then I wouldn't be running up and downstairs and all that chaos. So, but it was one, and sorry, this is the last one. It was reading enhancement or something like that. And there were 2 kids in there, and you could tell one was one of the popular kids, and he was kind of like a smart aleck, you know what I mean? And then the other girl that was in there, she was kind of quiet. She told me, "Oh, I'm a farmer," and this and that. And she said to me before he came in, she goes, I can't remember his name, but she goes, "When it's just one-on-one with him, he's really nice. But if you get him in front of any of his friends, he's really mean." Okay. So he comes in, and he comes in with a chip on his shoulder, and he's da-da-da-da-da. And by the end of the class, all 3 of us were just kind of sitting there. He was watching me crochet, asking me questions. It's neat to take them out of where they think they need to be You don't have to be a smart aleck. You don't have to be the popular one. Just kind of hang out, and it was nice. So kids are great. That was great. I'm so glad that this is my retirement job. I am absolutely on cloud 9 about it. So I love it. It did hinder my YouTube channel a little bit. I did work a little hard last night trying to get that done, but it's all worth it, I think, in the long run. So the tutorial still has 24 minutes left, so let's hope, fingers crossed, that my interlocking double half double kitchen scrubby, say that 10 times fast, let's hope that uploads in 24 minutes, and then you'll know what the heck I'm talking about when I do these. So yeah, the pattern itself works, but just gauge the yarn that you're using to see if you need double. Like this is so thin, I needed double. You know, this is so thick, I did not, but it's a great pad. And then again with this, it's thick enough and scrubby enough that I could alter it and not have to do the extra scrubbies. You can see that the double half doubles right here are working as the scrubbies themselves. So that's my creative chat for today. If you like the video, please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe, hit the bell so you know when I put up other videos. Again, hopefully videos with audio. And share my channel with anybody that you can. I'm halfway to what I need to be a full YouTube channel, so we're getting there. So thank you all for your help. Remember to have coffee with Kim and to be creative. You have a great Thursday, and I'll see you tomorrow.